Paradox has sponsored ya boy to play some Mamluks in 1.36 with the new King of Kings DLC. The only problem is that I'm not the only person doing this on the same day. So, hey, I mean, if you want to see the same meta 3 times in a row, 3 different videos at the same time, good on you. But I thought I could make things a little bit more interesting by just doing whatever I want. If you haven't been reading the dev diaries, you might not know that the Mamluks have basically 3 paths. You can keep your Mamluk government form, you can become the Caliphate, or you can become Egypt. And the mission tree makes this pretty clear that it really wants you to play as Mamluks and then form Egypt in like maybe the 1600s or later, considering this privilege disappears if you form Egypt. And also to finish off this mission, which empowers one of your Mamluk government abilities, you have to have 200 ships first. So clearly supposed to be a mid to late game sort of thing, but you're not locked behind anything in particular. So instead of playing Mamluks the way you're supposed to, by expanding and maybe becoming Egypt after Tech 12, I'm just going to rush it. Now with that being said, we can deal with this pop-up that's been sitting here for about a minute. We have option A, which is getting a core on all of Syria, but adding a little bit of liberty desire, and option B, which is just losing legitimacy and prestige. In my test, option A was better because even though they have a little bit more liberty desire, you're gonna save like 800 Diplo power by having those cores. Oh, another thing that I'm weirdly excited about is the fact that we finally have a pop-up for Seasland. The most important pop-up I have ever wanted. As for estates, I'm gonna take the Dar al-Hadith sponsorships, which has a new unique modifier we haven't seen before, cost of advisors with ruler's religion. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna hold off on either of these, any of the points, because I do want to have 50% crown land to finish this mission. Likewise, I don't want the estates to be too powerful, so I can get as much crown land as I can. But you know what? Yeah, I'll take these two. We'll go with Hanbali so I can keep expanding early on. May also grab patronage of the arts and private trade fleets, which I don't usually do, but you'll see why it's a little bit better. And I'll just make the Dhimmi happy. Okay, that should be good. I would recommend spending all of your prestige to make Syria loyal, because if you don't, then there's like a semi-decent chance the Ottomans will immediately support their independence. I've had it happen, and it really sucks, so we're just gonna fix that immediately. Plus, we can hire this advisor to finish off this mission and get permaclaims in Anatolia. As for rivals, we'll grab the Ottomans, Lithuania, and Karakoyunlu. Lithuania should disappear pretty easily. The Ottomans are a huge pain we'll deal with early on, and I just want to be friends with a gem. Oh, also, I should definitely get rid of that guarantee, because I don't care about Cyprus. Oh, also, if you want to form Egypt early on, you need to have low autonomy, so let's decrease all of that. You know what, let me also grab 2 more of these guys. Reinforce speed and morale of navies, and hopefully we don't get too many weird alliances. Alright, December 11th, let's get started on Ramazan. Now you might be thinking, Corbett, what about Byzantium? Aren't you supposed to no-CB these guys and just turn them into a vassal? And the answer is yes. You should, but I can't be bothered to. We'll just slap a guarantee and call it fine. And that Koyunlu's allied the Ottomans, of course. Alright, Ramazan surrendered, which is good, but also kinda bad. I mean, I guess I could peace out with them. I just can't give them over to Karaman yet, so you know what? Sure, I will take that. In fact, it even allows me to start sieging their capital. Okay, now here's the thing about the claim system. Our current dude just died. Tragic. But listen, I don't know if this is true. I have a kind of feeling that the weaker the claim, the worse the stats are. I have no research to back this up, it's just some kind of vibe I have. So that being said, just to have a good number of points, I'm gonna pick the bottom option, and hopefully he's not bad. I've been lied to. Seeing as I got no stability problems, I think that's fine if I just put him in battle, right? Oh, he's a really good leader, sheesh. And he's a patron of the arts? Maybe I judged him too harshly. Anyway, I definitely do need a larger navy. In fact, let's just say, we'll just slap down a whole bunch of galleys. Seems to me like the Mamluks have a lot of events that are particularly about legitimacy, but maybe that would be a legitimate reason to actually pick a low legitimacy ruler. Maybe the low legitimacy ones have good stats. Maybe if I cope hard enough, I will get a good ruler next time. Alright, Karaman, that's gonna be all of your cores, all of your money, and I will release you. And maybe, just maybe, it would be a good idea to pick up religious diplomats. Make somebody a little less rebellious. You know what I should do? I should get royal marriages with all my subjects. That's a good idea. I should also ally you because I want you to be a vassal. So when you vassalize this guy, a really interesting thing happens where we finish off this mission and we can actually just give all this territory to our other subjects. And honestly, it makes almost no difference. You just get more prestige for consolidating them. It's kind of weird, but whatever works. I can then use that prestige to inform the Ottomans that they will shortly be getting dunked on. Well, now that we've shattered the Ottoman morale with that sick roast, we're gonna call in a jam. Maybe show the Ottomans what's what. I'm hoping this stack is one that we just managed to catch a little bit off guard. Okay, no, we're chilling. I think this should prove to be the perfect opportunity to crush Akkoyonlu and the Ottomans. Kind of want to get them out sooner so we can get a really easy truce, then in 5 years declare war. We might even get an opportunity to wipe the Ottomans. There we go. That should be a nice lock, and we grab the fort. Nice. I know I said I would make this like a white piece, but I lied. I want money. Actually, no. Specifically, I want these provinces, money, and war reps. That should be fine. This is either gonna go great or it's gonna go horribly. Cross your fingers. I might get reinforced memed. Never mind, we're chilling. Let's go. Okay, I still got reinforced memed. It's fine. The Ottomans are down to like 20,000 men, 2k manpower. Renaissance has spawned. I am not going to be spawning that. You see, a nice new feature of 1.36 is the option to ask somebody for an institution. Also, I'm going to block off the Ottomans from exiting Anatolia because I think it would be funny. And yeah, you know what? More manpower sounds great. Ooh. Really don't want more autonomy anywhere, but I guess I could just bring that down. Also, next Miltech should make this war a little bit easier. Also, they have the Miltech, so maybe just keeping up with the war is good enough. You know, admittedly, it's been a little bit rough out here, you know, quite a lot of casualties and all that, but I think the Ottomans are starting to run out of money. How are you doing? Yeah, that's 4 loans. Well, don't worry, there's more where that came from. Okay, let me set everybody to aggressive. I kind of want to wipe out their army and then just siege stuff, if that's possible. Dude died again. Okay, wasn't that useful after all. Let's see what this guy gives us. Okay, I will take that. That's fine. Yeah, my allies aren't quite sure what they're doing. They're just kind of, you know, chilling, hanging around, not really doing all that much. So I guess I'm just gonna have to do most of this sieging myself. Why are you here? All right, somebody thinks they're gonna try and allow Biga crossing to open up. Yeah, we're just not gonna let that happen. Moorish refugees. That sounds great. I mean, not for the refugees, but for us it sounds great. Yeah, you know what? I think this is perfectly fine for Cairo. That cost decreased, but the monetary cost is not that bad. See, look, we can get this for 471 Diplo. Okay, we really just need like a little bit more with the Ottomans. -1 right now. Sheesh. Let me ask Byzantium for a little bit of mill access.
A few minutes later.
Maybe the mill access was a bad idea. My allies are idiots. Well, that just set us back. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I do have to declare war on you. Could you guys actually, you know what? I'm gonna revoke this. This is terrible. What a horrible idea. Here we go. We've built up Cairo enough, which should go as an event. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, we're gonna go aggressive. Actually, we're gonna go supportive. Everybody's gonna group up here. Here, let me also grab the tier 2, which is this one. And this province is just gonna go towards Syria. All right, gentlemen, if we're gonna cross, we're gonna have to do it the right way. No more of this dollar store discount kind of crossing, which includes you two, but you don't really feel like helping me for some reason. We only have 36,000 people. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence. All right, whatever. We're gonna try it. Hey, guys, you want to like come here for a second? There's something really important we have to do. It's called attacking the Ottomans, please. Or you know what? Screw it, I have a different idea. And it's still -5, even with the extra pressure. Thanks, guys. That's a great battle war score. Okay, fine. You know what? I'm gonna blame it on Karaman, so you don't get this province anymore. Just gonna do this to grab all the forts, and that should be good. Admittedly, that was kind of painful, or maybe a lot painful, actually. To grab this might not be a bad idea. Plus, I have other things that I want to do. Like, I'm gonna hand this land over to Karaman, and this stuff over to Syria. Alright, Ottomans have been thoroughly crushed. They're now down by 8 loans, plus their forts are gone and ratio. I don't really know what happened to Byzantium. I have a guarantee on you, but I wasn't called in for this. I don't know why. But yeah, I wanted to be friends with Venice because I really like the ships they give me. But I guess we can't do that. You know what? I think I still will. Fine, let's be friends. I guess now I should probably build a couple of Mamluk infantry just because I have the manpower for it. Just because I haven't done it, and I'm pretty sure there's a mission to do that. That's a lot of rebels. That's a lot of them. Well, we've outranked the Ottomans. I guess we just have to go after the Timurids next. Venice still won't be my ally. Let me insult Milan, see if that fixes things. Still don't like me. Wow, I'm a little bit offended, actually. I still really don't want to spawn in the Renaissance. I'm gonna keep on trying. Okay, so it might be a decent idea to integrate Syria, only because I have a whole bunch of cores on them. And really, it's not going to take that long. Okay, so the Ottomans are just on the brink of being able to rival me. I've done this like 3 times. I rival them, wait a few months, they're no longer eligible. It might be like cheating like a little bit maybe, but if the game lets me rival them, I'm gonna do it. Well, here we go. Venice will ally me now. Perfect. Thank you. All right, friend, could you please send me a little bit of knowledge once you're done with the knights? How long will that take? 3 years? Brother. All right, whatever. I guess I'm gonna take this then. First idea group is going to be a military one, probably aristocratic just because I feel like it. Anyway, if I build enough ships, we should be able to finish this off, but Venice has a lot of ships, and I do not have that much force limit. So I'm probably going to have to expand a little bit before that ends up working. Truce with AQ is done, but I want a little bit of crown land, so just give me a few months. Eesh, they're having a revolt as well. Not looking great for the Ottomans these days. Gonna wait for the Ottomans to maybe cross back over. I don't know if they're planning on chilling here for a while, but that could be annoying. The thing about the Ottomans is like, even though they're in massive debt, and I mean just horrific amounts of debt, they're still gonna maintain a massive merc army just because Ottomans. Yeah, let me just move away from the border, see if they might go back into their own territory, who knows? Or maybe they won't. Okay then. Well, that's kind of just too bad. I'm declaring war anyway. Oh, wait a second, are you not calling in the Ottomans? I didn't anticipate this. Oh, there we go. Anyway, let me just occupy this strait, maybe stack wipe that if possible. If not, then that's fine. All right, come on, boys. We got something to do. We have some Ottomans to beat up. You should come with me. I don't know why you're not coming with me. This is dumb. I have to go here, wait for a day to progress, go back, then go and start walking again. Otherwise, this guy's just gonna walk away. All right, gentlemen, let's do it. I want to see a stack wipe. Okay, maybe next time. Bro, where are you going? Where? Is he going all the way around the Black Sea? There's no way. Where did he go? What? Ah, here we go. That's perfect. I actually do need a lot of manpower right now. I would really prefer it if you didn't do that. Wait, are we actually cooking? Hold on a second. Oh, never mind. We're not cooking. But we are taking fewer casualties. All right, Shirvan, leave. Cool. You know, funny thing is, I'm not even here to take anything from the Ottomans. I just want, like, a white piece. They just really don't want white piece. You know, if I were the Ottomans and hemorrhaging cash, for example, I would personally want to leave the war, but maybe that's just me. The reason why I integrated Syria is because I remembered if you have a core on a vassal and you integrate that vassal and turn it into a state, you'll actually get 0 autonomy on the next month tick. So it's not that big of a deal if I increase a little bit of autonomy through these upper provinces here. Anyway, that's kind of good for the Ottomans. I'll come back in a few years and keep cleaning them up. Oh, here we go. We can also grab the Mamluk fleet. I really like this event. You get to choose your own naval doctrine. Pretty sick. I don't actually know which one I want. Probably just gonna go with galleys. And I should probably pick up Justified Wars because, you know, it took a little while to decrease my aggressive expansion. Actually, it says here average autonomy above minimum is less than 5%. That's interesting phrasing because the minimum for territories is, of course, 90%. So maybe if I just don't make states, that'll solve itself. Anyway, dude died again. How is it that we've had 3 rulers over the span of like 20 years? This sucks. Okay, we'll go with the Egyptian guy again. You know what? We take that. That's fine. Now, you might be wondering, as many people do, hey Corbett, why didn't you put on the integration policy? It's kind of because we'd never be able to take it off. Well, once I integrate all the subjects, maybe, but I plan on using subjects a lot. And in the meantime, that's a whole, you know, extra 5%. So, yeah. Figured the Diplo penalty wouldn't be that bad. Oh yeah, Venice, would you sell that to me, by the way? Thank you. It just so happens that I also have claims up here in Karakoyunlu, so I might as well press them. We should be able to win that. It was kind of tight, but we're fine still. Gonna have my subjects siege a little bit for me. Okay, we're doing a fine job. It's gonna preemptively take out a couple loans because we're going to have to embrace the institution eventually. There we go. I've also integrated Fadl because they're a really, really tiny country. Beautiful. And that's gonna be all of my claims up here plus this fort because that's just really annoying to siege. And then this province, Sinjar, will allow me to release Iraq. So let's do that. Okay, I'm a little bit dumb. These provinces would also allow me to release Iraq. It's fine, whatever. All right, let's take some land back. There's a slight problem with the land I'm trying to take back. I seem to be losing a lot. I still need 50% to finish this off, so I might have to stop invading people. Tragically. There we go, Renaissance. And it's not embraceable yet. Now we can embrace it, and I'll pick up all those techs. Since all the regional powers have been thoroughly dismantled, the only rival we can have left is France. And even then, it's not looking very strong. Right, and I said I should stop conquering, but then I see like the Ottomans are really ripe for the picking. Oh, here we go. Finished off Alexandrian trade by grabbing a couple things over here. And the father of African rivers, every province mentioned in the requirements, which is everything in the Nile, they all get 1 base production. Sure. That gives us this privilege, which is 20% ship trade power and 10% at the moment. Production efficiency doesn't seem bad, sure, I'll take it. The Ottomans are really having just a brutally awful time at the moment, and I, for one, am looking forward to how I can make it worse. Right, I'm also going to need centralized bureaucracy. Not one of my favorites, probably gonna change it as soon as possible. In fact, I think there's something unique for tier 3, but I don't remember. Alright, it might be hard, but we do have Tech 6. I think I should be able to beat these rebels and steal that capital siege. Okay, sort of tough, but still, capital's mine. Also, here's a pretty cool trick. This is recently updated for 1.36, but you can hold shift and click a bunch of provinces. That's not new. That's been there for a while. But if you do that and you change occupation, now it all swaps over. Saves a lot of time. Right, so for these countries that have been super annoying, I'm just gonna hand them off to my subject. Why did you move? Why would you do this? You got greedy and wanted to loot. Well, now they're gonna be greedy and dead. Alright, where are the Ottomans? I just want to crush them at this point. Where are you? You had a peasants war. Ah, that's funny. There you are. What attack are you? 5? Yeah, it's over for them. It doesn't even matter that they have like 50% more people. There's no contest. Man, it has really been a slog trying to get through these sieges. To make things worse, I might even end up getting killed. That would really suck. Please don't. That would be unfortunate. Again, despite the Ottomans having crippling debt, just exiting a civil war or a peasant revolt or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're just gonna keep on hiring people. The Ottomans could have 3 provinces in literal bankruptcy. They will still hire 30,000 men. Okay, we're done, I think. I really should annex these guys, but I can't really afford to at the moment. Still need low autonomy, so you know what? Get lucky this time, kid. Ottomans, however, yeah, a little bit less lucky. Actually, I just realized I'm gonna lose a lot of crown land if I don't give it over to Karaman. And if I do give it over to Karaman, it's 65 Diplo, but I think I can tank that. That's fine. That truce with the Ottomans is gonna last for a while, and there's like a chance that the Ottomans might attack Byzantium, but I think I can live with that. If they don't, then I get to annex Byzantium and release them for reconquest. If they do, then I attack them and then take Byzantium reconquest. So, probably fine if I just stop guaranteeing Byzantium. Unless they want to be a vassal? No? Okay, I guess that's fair. It's a little bit more expensive, but I guess I could take it. Before I do, though, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this for 5% power cost decrease. So it's only 610. Not that bad. Never really thought about the second idea group, but there's a decent chance I'm just gonna go with admin. I do like coring things and having governing capacity, so also mainly because in my test run, I actually ran out of governing capacity really quickly, even with the land privileges. So yeah, I think this will be a better idea. Oh, that's huge money. Let's go. I find it really funny that the Ottomans have been crushed so thoroughly they don't even feel like invading Byzantium anymore. I gave them 5 years for free and still nothing. It's gonna be a little bit harder to get Byzantium to capitulate. We just don't have access to the Ottomans, so we're gonna have to land on the Venetian coast, and the only thing we can siege is a mountain fort. Or, on second thought, they're willing to accept. I don't know why, but I'm gonna take it. Alright, let's release Byzantium. We'll get some nice reconquest in the next war. Now, this might cause a few problems, but let's see. Well, I've developed worse before. I get to avoid rebels, I suppose. Well, Byzantium's being a little bit painful. Let me just do that and maybe improve relations. To be less rebellious for 3 seconds, please. Thank you. Okay, so at this point in time, we get to decide what we're going to do as the Mamluks. We can choose to be the continuation of the Caliphate, gives us local organizations, which is pretty cool, and we get the Empire rank for free. But on the other hand, we can lose 5 stability to become Egypt in 1479. Now, the main reason you would want to do this is, well, actually, there are several. The ideas are absolutely cracked to have early in the game. 5% admin efficiency as a tradition is crazy. We also get trade efficiency, development cost, monthly military power, just like that for free. Merchant guild loyalty, production efficiency, 10% land fire damage, max general fire, which wasn't even a modifier in the game outside of modded until today. We also get the only reason you would ever take maritime ideas just given to us in the national ideas, so that's cool. And then trade power and free policy. Now, there are a couple of trade-offs here, right? So we don't get the Mamluk government system anymore, which means we don't get to have like the +2 admin to our ruler for everything. We get instead the Egyptian westernization ability, which replaces the 3 buttons we had earlier, but trust me, these are so much better. I mean, just look at that, bro. Adopt Western units after 5 clicks of studying Western military. You know, just a casual 20% goods produced. That's cool. And 20% governing capacity, because that's what we need right now. Oh, dude, it's so good. Now, there are actually more drawbacks. You see, if you finish this mission as the Mamluks, you get to see the stats of the rulers that you get as the Mamluks. But because we don't have that type of succession anymore, we're back to having boring normal rulers that also don't get +2 admin to their skills. Oh, another thing, I don't know if this is intentional, but we do lose the foreign Mamluks expedition. Yeah, this mission doesn't give you that anymore, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Now, to get more westernization, you just need to have a good ruler. That's pretty much it. There is one building, this one, I think. Yeah, you can upgrade this and it helps out. You get 30 for free whenever you upgrade it, so that's great. Anyway, now that we're Egypt, I have no problem with handing out all of the point privileges. Oh, and I should probably stab back up, yeah. Also, if you wanted to, after forming Egypt and finishing all the missions, we could form Arabia, which I think is kind of weird. Honestly, I would have expected Egypt to be an endgame tag, but if you feel like you still need more missions, I mean, they'll be right there waiting for you. Speaking of which, how about we complete some missions? Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get used to these new heirs. The Crusaders have been vanquished, which should finish 2 of our missions. The Bastion of the Knights gives us army tradition and a bit of prosperity in the states that are most frequently raided by them. And Cyprus gives us permaclaims on Thrace, which is kinda weird considering this mission gives us permaclaims on the Balkans, which includes Thrace. But anyway, we also do get +1 Diplo for this guy, and now I'm really curious to find out what this mission does. I know what it did when I was the Mamluks, but as Egypt, I'm hoping for something a little bit different. Speaking of different, oh god, this air. Wait a second, is it me or did Far's color change again? Anyway, let's do some reconquest. Should be pretty light and easy. Oh, it even has a little button to tell us when we can use it. That's nice. How about we go for a governing capacity? That's the thing I need the most. First though, we do get a little bit of reform progress. I'm just gonna maintain balance of power to offset the modifier to the loyalty equilibrium that we're going to get from high westernization. Oh yeah, now that I don't really need to have centralized monarchical bureaucracy, I think I'm gonna swap it for something else, like probably decentralized bureaucracy. Now, from Karakoyunlu, take all these provinces, including the cores for Iraq, plus this fort here because it's annoying, and a little bit up here for the hell of it. In fact, I'm even so generous, I'm willing to hand this off to my subject. Also because I have no governing capacity. That completes this mission for a half-off level 3 natural scientist. Completely forgot I'm allowed to export grain. It's kind of a weird option, but it gives us 2 mercantilism, and it gives them a couple of minor bonuses in return. Well, this has to be possibly the worst Europe I have ever seen. England loses to Burgundy. Burgundy gets integrated by Castile. Castile invades Portugal. England loses the race for Ireland to Scotland. Not a great time for these guys, huh? I wouldn't even be shocked if Scotland forms Great Britain. Okay, now we can get governing capacity. And we finished another mission, since every part of the Delta is now prosperous. We get this event, which gives us 2 options. The Nile estuaries will be expanded, granting the following bonuses: local trade power modifier, and base production. Granaries get additional goods produced, and we can export more grain. This seems like kind of a short-term, long-term trade-off. Short-term, the goods produced is nice, but long-term, being able to control more trade that flows through Alexandria is probably better. So I'm going to take the top option. You know what? I actually am kind of curious, so I'm just gonna check to see what happens when I try to build the Suez Canal. Construction commences in Sharkia. Really? Just like that? We just start building the canal? Changes the development of the canal, Suez Canal, by 3, starts the construction of the Great Project. No, you're joking, really? Like, for free. I'm building this Suez Canal in the 15th century. This is great. This would have a crazy impact on trade between the West and East. Most importantly, we have to ask ourselves, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? Venice declaring war on the Ottomans. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting everything that I wanted. This is the most I can take, and I imagine Venice is going to take everything that's coastal. I guess I could live with that. Now the question is, do I release Bulgaria? We can get 7 cores back on top of the fact that we still need to reconquer some Byzantine land. Sure, why not? Now that does finish off the gates of Constantinople for us. Okay, we still get the same thing as before, tier 3 integrated Ottoman officials. The Mamluk ruler skill thing is kind of the best part of this, but we do also get Pashas, and you know what? I kind of like the new Pashas. You know what? I will take that. Also, let's grab Trebizond. I kind of forgot they existed, actually. Oh, this is a thing I completely forgot about. I could ask Venice for the cores of my subject back, right? Sure, that would be great, actually. Wallachia just took the rest of the Ottomans. They're gone. Well, that makes my reconquest much easier. Right, sorry Wallachia, it's nothing personnel, kid. Alright, well, that's everything then. Here, I'll even give this to you. Oh yeah, let me check out the new Byzantine mission tree. How much can I feed them exactly? Doesn't seem like a lot at the moment. Okay, annexation it is. Oh right, we also don't need a jam anymore, so I might as well ditch them after asking for a little bit of money. Yeah, sorry man. Okay, I just upgraded this advisor to level 3 and added a few more boats for trade power in Alexandria to finish off this mission. Gives us access to the Karimi stations. I don't know what that is, but it also changes the goods of Cairo to cloves. I don't know what the history behind that is, but sounds great to me. We get a lot of money off that, so that's good. As for the reform, you can place trade posts like a trading republic, but we don't have that massive state penalty, and we get 20% trade steering, which is pretty solid, plus trade power abroad, which is good for the most part. Oh right, cloves also gives you trade efficiency, not bad. Now if I decide to boost up mercantilism to 30, I in theory would have gotten foreign Mamluk expeditions. This gives you a colonist, so it's pretty cool. It's actually not even that hard for the AI to eventually maybe do this, so we might see the Mamluks colonize a lot more frequently. Instead, we should start unifying Arabia, I think. Ooh, that's not good. Really liked that guy. Plus, it's a regency, but fortunately, it's just for a year. Ooh, stability. And it's also pretty cheap to grab, so I might even grab 2 stability and then grab that 3rd one. Okay, I'll just grab that. Not gonna court though, still gonna hand it off. Alright, Dongola, you can leave, I don't care. Actually, force religion. And you will be annexed by my subject as well. Oh, right, so, Hassa is allied to a jam. That's kind of awkward. Okay, let me just ally up with you really quickly. Buddy pal of mine. Would you like to maybe break that alliance? I mean, I could destroy them, but I'd rather just not siege Persia today. Okay, you're free to go. Can't believe I'm saying this, but now that the Suez Canal is complete, we can go and help blockade this part over here. Okay, I can't actually annex you. I forgot about that. Okay, these 4 provinces can go to Iraq, and the rest can go to, what's your name again? Hijaz, that one. Okay, looking good. Apparently that's United Arabia, which is kind of weird. This peninsula looks very unified to me, but that's okay. It gives us the hydraulic rights for the merchant guilds, and that is, wow, that's really good actually. This makes deserts actually developable, which is not a word, but it is now. Yeah, we could actually make deserts minus 30% cost to develop. Well, great, now I have the urge to play tall Egypt. Now the question is, do I keep on invading Arabia? And the answer is yes. I don't see a reason not to. Now, admin ideas are done. We finally get that governing capacity, plus, I mean, that's okay, I guess. More importantly, it means I can focus on actually taking land now. Oh, finally, we've integrated Karaman. That took a really long time, something like, I don't know, 20, 30 years. Ah yes, admin tech for 240 admin. Now, I don't really want much from Adal. I think I will take maybe these 2 provinces, and that's fine. And maybe break a couple of alliances. You know, I feel like being a little bit nicer to my subject. I'm not gonna force them to annex all this land, I'll just take it myself. Now that finishes off another mission. We can give the merchant guilds a monopoly on coffee, which I don't think I really want, or we could just boost up every province that has coffee and gain 5 mercantilism, which is worth something. I'm just gonna save real quick to see if the monopoly is a regular monopoly or if it's a specific kind of thing. The monopoly on coffee is exactly what I think it is. I mean, it does give every coffee province 1 base tax every time you give them the monopoly, so I guess that's cool. On the other hand, a monopoly is still monopoly, and I just don't like giving out monopoly. So I'm gonna load my save and just grab the other one. And this province was just taken by Tunis. I don't know what just happened. Probably threatened more. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just keep on finishing these guys off. And now for Tunis. I'll take that. Ideally, they surrender, so I don't have to go and siege down Morocco, because that would suck. Oh yeah, it's kind of weird that I don't get claims on this stuff down here. I would have thought you would definitely get claims on Ethiopia, but apparently we don't. You just need to own stuff. We've survived on claims long enough. I guess if they want us to take religious ideas after that, I can live with it. Actually, you know what? I want to get Morocco out first. They've been kind of annoying. Alright, nice. Just war app's bit of money's fine. As for you, your independence privileges are gone. Nice, we can become an empire. Sounds good to me. That finishes off the city of Caravans, which I might hold off on a little little bit because the holy city of Karawan can be upgraded once before I press this button. Okay, so funny story. If I wanted to right now, I could adopt Western units. The problem is, I don't actually think Western units are better yet. Yeah, it seems like both cavalry and infantry units are currently better with the Muslim tech group. So if I took this right now, I would be nerfing myself. Give this until I think it's like tech 16 or something, then we might be talking. Oh yes, colonialism, that's gonna be kind of a problem for us. Every time I look back at Western Europe, I just regret it so much. Hey, would you look at that? Since I have over 50 army tradition and I just reached level 5 in my government reform, we get the modernized Frisia. The Mamluk units get 5% discipline, that's pretty good. Recruiting generals increases loyalty of the nobility, and each advisor generates innovativeness. That's crazy good. Not to mention the force limit fraction. Don't have a lot of time left before this video becomes way too long, so let's just clean up Karakoyunlu and maybe a few more countries. Sandaran can leave, that's fine. It seems like this is all I can take from Kara. Alright, the campaign in Tabriz gives us permaclaims on Persia and makes our rulers strict, hopefully removing one of these, but it's probably just gonna fill the slot. Yeah, well, that's okay. Oh, that's not a bad air at all. You know what? I should become Defender of the Faith. Would there be any problems with that? I would get called in against Muscovy. Actually, no, because it's minus 81%. So I probably won't get called in. It certainly would help to prevent Muscovy from expanding, so sure. Assuming that's how it works, I actually don't know. Wait, colonialism spawned where, sorry? How quickly is that going to spread? That means Venice has the institution, and I could ask them for it. Okay, I think that should be good. I'm gonna ask for this just because I also want this province from Ethiopia. Even though that'll extend the truce with them, I don't really care. All I want is the big name. Let's go. This is kind of an eyesore, so I'm just gonna get rid of it real quick. Okay, I just sold some titles to get enough money to upgrade Karawan. It's a little expensive, but that's fine. Might actually want to reduce a bit of inflation just to save some money. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab a couple of loans so I can embrace the institution. For a third idea group, I would either go influence or diplomatic or maybe even religious, seeing as I'm kind of running out of claims here. Not that it really matters at the moment, but I guess I'll go with Diplo. And it seems we finally reached the point where there are no more possible rivals. Okay, that is everything. Perfect. That's Karawan at level 2, and if I decide to press this button, that will make it level 3. You know what, I'll do one more war. Alright, with that finished up, my name has been placed a little bit better. I was hoping once I integrated Iraq that it would fix the name placement, but that's okay. This is probably a good place to end things off. I imagine this is a way longer video than it was supposed to be already, and I kind of wanted to go through almost the entire Egypt mission tree, but at the same time, I don't want to spoil everything for you guys. There's still a little bit here that you haven't seen yet. And there's also the other path, the Caliphate one, which is probably being covered by somebody else right now. But if you did enjoy today's video, then leaving a like would be great. I mean, even a subscription if you aren't subscribed around here. Turns out a lot of you aren't, but that's fine. Oh yeah, I did want to show you a few things actually before I left. This is the economy. It's pretty alright. Army's pretty sizable. Navy, a little less sizable. And we have 1.7 thousand dev. Well, I mean, with the subjects, it's almost 2,000. But anyway, for real this time, this is Corbett signing off. And as always, have a fantastic day. A big thank you to all the patrons this month, in particular Baby Cal, Cravat, Nick Steffel, Q-Brute, Quiet Guy, Torvald, Ambient Cyan, Robert Caleno, James Levy, Luke78776, Chewy Shoot, The Watcher, Brova, Robert, and Jamie.